something moving up in front of us.
Which entrance was this? Was this a main entrance?
Who's moving?
Do you think it's still the wall?
Got movement behind me.
Yes, sir, yes. I've been poison. Manufactured records. It's like a light is in my face, but I can't fall for you. I close my eyes and drift away. I'm toast on you. Then you wake up dead one day.
In 1941, Hougham Battery was built close to the cliff edge between Abbots Cliff and Shakespeare Cliff on the coast of Dover. Equipped with 3 8-inch Mark 8 naval guns and manned by the men of the 520 Coastal Regiment Royal Artillery. As part of the battery, 2 coastal artillery searchlight emplacements were built together with engine rooms and accommodation for the crew. The lights were needed to eliminate and identify ships coming into the area of sea directly below the battery.
Their shells come screeching from 20 miles away, sending up great columns of water. Thus, by superb seamanship and indomitable courage, British seamen triumph over the first efforts of the Germans to destroy a convoy with long-range guns.
Other buildings were erected on the site and had continuous use throughout the war. By the early 1950s, most of the wartime buildings had been demolished. On the cliff top, the gun emplacements and many of the other adjacent buildings were buried during the construction of the A20 motorway in the 1970s. Some of the observation posts on the cliff edge are also visible. The batteries to the east and west of Dover were each designed as a fortress, and each fortress had an underground plotting room from where the guns could be controlled. The Hougham Battery had a drummer boy. Drummer boys were mostly in their early teens, some as young as 9, enlisted in the army, while power monkeys of a similar age as they were called helped both the army and the navy's gunners reload their guns. It is said that the drummer boy of the battery died and his regiment buried him in the grounds of the coastal defence. All that now remain are the underground tunnels and plotting rooms and the dressing station. There are reports of white mist, shadow figures, and the ghost of the drummer boy is reported to roam Hougham Battery. What did you do here down in this plotting room? Was you one of the soldiers? Are you back there? Please speak, say something.
Are you down here all on your own? Or are there more than one of you down here? When we walked in, Peter saw a light go past my face. Was that you moving? Were you frightened of us, perhaps? Because you don't need to be.
At this point, the digital recorder is receiving an EVP. We are not sure of what is being said, but it sounds like they don't like us listening. Here's the enhanced audio.
Because you don't need to be. Because you don't need to be. Yeah, this was the entrance, which has now been sealed up, and you're probably wondering why we were coming through the escape hatch. We didn't mean to startle you if we did, but that's the only entrance into this bunker now. We understand that this was the plotting room, where I suppose plans were made. We understand that this was the plotting room, where I suppose plans were made. Where I suppose plans were made about how to tackle the enemy when they came over, when the planes came over, or when there were ships in the channel. Do you know that the war is over? Bit of movement there ahead of us.
We all clearly hear something moving in front of us, and when we review the audio, there is also a voice captured just before we hear the movement.
Do you know that the war is over? Bit of movement there ahead of us. Do you know that the war is over? Bit of movement there ahead of us. Come towards us. If you can't talk to us, then perhaps you can touch one of us. You've gone very quiet all of a sudden. Is that because you don't want us to know you're here? Maybe you're afraid.
Just make a noise, a nice loud noise, and we'll leave. We promise you that we'll leave. Just do something and we'll go.
There's a tug on my back.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did I just say? Do something.
Do something.
And we'll leave. Okay. I think that's what you've just done then. You've just been tugged on your back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do as you ask.
And again. Okay, no problems.
At least there's none of those bloody cave spiders.
Yeah, that is true.
I hate them cave spiders. Okay, what we've done, we've set up some equipment down in this long tunnel inside this battery. We've got a laser grid on, we've got some floodlights on, we've got a couple of cameras rolling covering this tunnel, and as we were setting up the equipment, someone was walking down the end. So we've quickly turned on cameras, so they're rolling. We're going to see who's here. Hello, can you hear me down there? We heard you move. I'm coming down by myself. Can you tell me your name, please? I saw you move earlier on. I saw you at the bottom of the tunnel, and Phil heard you move as well, whilst we was putting down those lights. And what those lights do, they just help us to see you. So is it possible that you can stand in the tunnel where those lights are so we can see you? Can you say something? Was you here in the war? Can you knock on the wall? Can you do anything just to let me know that you're here? If you come and stand in these lights, you see how it hits me? You can see me. Got movement behind me. Movement is heard coming from the end of the tunnel, which is the same area where Phil and myself heard unexplained noises earlier when we were setting up our equipment. Here's the audio enhanced. Hits me. You can see me. Got movement behind me. Got movement behind me. How long have you been here for? Can you move something? Knock on something?
Are you down these tunnels by yourself? Because if you are, I bet it's a bit strange suddenly having people down here. And as far as I know, this has been closed up for quite some time. And it's only very recently that an entrance has been found and a few people have started to come down here. And those people, they don't mean you any harm. They're just interested in the history of this place. One of the nice things is that this hasn't been vandalised. People haven't come down and written all over the walls. It's pretty much left as it was. It'd be nice to talk to you. Maybe you have some stories to tell.
Who's moving? Who's moving? Who's moving?
I'm going to wander down with Jeff towards you. We'll leave all the lights behind. Just the two of us come down. And that way you might feel more comfortable about coming to say hello to us. What's your rank and number, soldier? There's movement down there, Jeff. Come towards us. Do these tunnels have special significance to you? Were you one of the engineers which dug the tunnels? Or perhaps this was your dressing station?
Phil, I've just seen a big white mist go across the screen.
Good.
And it was up in the air towards the ceiling, about 10 feet in front of us. And it's not my breath because I'm talking right now and there's nothing on the screen and it's not yours either.
Okay.
A white floating mist appears and moves towards us. Here is the footage in black and white with enhancements so it can be seen more clearly.
Were you one of the engineers which dug the tunnels? Or perhaps this was your dressing station?
Phil, I've just seen a big white mist go across the screen.
Good. Were you one of the engineers which dug the tunnels? Or perhaps this was your dressing station?
Phil, I've just seen a big white mist go across the screen.
Good. All right, so you're with us now, yeah?
I can see it again, something's moving.
Yeah, I can see that as well. Top right, yeah?
It's all in front of us. There's like a smoke, a white mist that's covering and it's disappeared again. The same white mist appears again for the second time. It moves along the left side of the wall and then down the tunnel before vanishing. It is also seen by Phil as we stand in the darkness. Here is the footage again with enhancements. I can see it again, something's moving.
Yeah, I can see that as well. Top right, yeah?
It's all in front of us. There's like a smoke, a white mist that's covering, and it's disappeared again. I can see it again, something's moving.
Yeah, I can see that as well. Top right, yeah?
It's all in front of us. There's like a smoke, a white mist that's covering, and it's disappeared again. Can you say hello? I've just been touched on my right arm.
Okay. There's no EMF.
Can you do that again? Do you know the little drummer boy? They say he's here as well. Did you just get touched as well?
Yeah, same place.
I can hear something moving back there. Who spoke? Pete?
I heard that too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Came from your direction.
It was quite close as well, wasn't it?
We all hear a disembodied voice come from nearby, and it is captured on our digital audio, saying, "All intended for you." Here's the audio enhanced. Who spoke? Pete?
I heard that too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Came from your direction.
Who spoke?
Okay. Moved closer to the entrance, or one of the entrances, in a small sort of hallway area which leads onto the main tunnel. Can anybody hear us? Please come and join us. Then we can talk to you. Which entrance was this? Was this a main entrance? Or was this a lesser used one? Maybe an escape one?
We receive an EVP saying they're in the dressing room. This is an intelligent spirit voice, as we are indeed standing in the battery dressing quarters. Here's the audio taken from the digital recorder.
Which entrance was this? Was this a main entrance? Or was this a lesser used one? A main entrance? How many of you were down here during the war? I bet it was crowded. All the men rushing around, the hustle and bustle, the noise from the planes and the guns. Even underground, I bet the ground shook when those guns fired.
With no more evidence captured in this area, we decide to split up. Jason and Pete make their way through the long tunnel all the way to the opposite end, whilst Phil and I go to the other end, so we are completely separated. Can we speak to the little drummer boy? How old are you? I've got a son. His name's Frederick. And he's 11. He likes music. How old are you? The reason I feel a bit sad is that because obviously you must have died young. And if people have seen you down here, it means you're here for a reason. So is it possible for you to let me know why that is? Why are you stuck here? Is it because you want to stay? That you don't want to leave because there's others here and you feel safe? Or is it because you're not sure where to go or what to do?
Why are you here? Do you think it's still the war? Do you think it's still the war? Do you think it's still the war? Or can't you escape here? Please, can you make a noise? Are you still here because you think there's going to be another war? What war was you in? War 1 or 2? What war was you in? War 1 or 2? What war was you in? War 1 or 2?
There's something moving up in front of us. Hello? Are you there? Something's here. Are you drawing in the heat from the air? What's that? I hear a disembodied voice come from within the tunnel. We know it's not Jason or Pete, as they are at the other end and too far away. There are two voices. One sounds like a child, followed by a deep man's voice, but we cannot make out the words. Here's the enhanced audio taken from our static night vision cam, which is positioned in the main tunnel.